Hey everyone, welcome back. You know we love to take these deep dives into all sorts of financial products.
We do.
And today we're going to be talking about annuities.
Yeah.
Specifically, the Delaware Life Target Growth 10 Fixed Index Annuity.
All right.
And, annuities.
Yeah.
They can be a little bit complicated.
That could be a little bit of a head scratcher sometimes.
But we're hoping to break it down today.
Right.
And hopefully it'll be something that
Makes sense of it all.
makes sense
Yeah.
for you guys. So this annuity is really touting this idea of market participation with downside protection.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what does that actually mean? What's the reality there?
Well, I think, everyone wants to participate in the market,
Right.
but very few people like the risk that's associated with it.
Yeah.
So what this annuity is saying is that it can give you the opportunity for growth that's linked to the performance of different market indexes.
Okay.
But it also has some features in place to help protect your money from losses.
Okay. So it's not like you're just buying stocks outright. It's a sort of like
It's a buffer.
buffer zone.
Yeah.
But okay.
And you're not picking individual stocks.
Right.
You're choosing from a variety of market indexes,
Got it.
each with its own level of risk and reward.
Now, you mentioned indexes.
Yeah.
And I know that in the material, they mention a few in particular.
Mm-hmm.
The S&P 500 is one.
Sure.
But then there's also the Goldman Sachs Canopy Index,
Right.
the Franklin SG Select Index,
Uh-huh.
and the first Trust Capital Strength Barclays 10% Index.
Yep.
So are some of these like riskier than others?
Yeah, I mean, the S&P 500 is a very, broad market index.
Sure.
And it's, the performance reflects, kind of the overall U.S. stock market.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones that you mentioned are a little bit more specialized indexes.
Okay.
So, for instance, the Goldman Sachs Canopy Index focuses on companies involved in, that transition to a more sustainable economy.
Oh, interesting.
So someone who's, really big into ESG,
Right.
environmental, social, and governance factors.
I might be interested in that.
Yeah.
The Franklin SG Select Index, is also targeting companies that have strong ESG factors.
So someone who's really focused on those things may be willing to take a little more risk.
Yeah, potentially.
Interesting.
But, if you want to be, more conservative,
Yeah.
they have something called locked index strategies.
What is that?
So with a locked index strategy, your crediting rates are locked in
Okay.
for, a specific period of time,
Okay.
meaning that you're guaranteed that growth no matter what happens.
So even if the market dips,
Exactly.
like your rates are locked in.
Correct.
Interesting.
Yeah, some people like that,
Yeah.
that predictability.
Sure.
That's it,
So,
right?
so you've got that going for you.
Yeah.
But what if you need to access your money?
Yeah.
Like something comes up, you didn't plan for it.
Sure.
Is there any way to do that with this?
Yeah, so after the first year, you can withdraw up to 10%
Okay.
of your account value without penalty.
So that gives you some liquidity if you need it.
All right, so 10% per year.
Okay.
And then what about this thing called the bailout provision?
Oh, the bailout provision's interesting.
What that?
So that is essentially like an escape hatch
Okay.
for, if the market takes a turn for the worst,
Yeah.
if the index strategies, the cap rates on those drop below a certain level,
Mm-hmm.
they actually let you pull your money out without penalty.
Oh,
So it is a little bit of an insurance policy.
so it's like a worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
If things go south, you're not, stuck.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you got the locked index strategies, you got the bailout provision.
Yeah.
What about this guaranteed minimum account value?
All right, so that one is really important, especially as you get closer to retirement.
Okay.
That guarantees that after 10 years, your account value will be at least 120% of what you initially invested,
Wow.
no matter what happens.
So even if the market goes down, you're still guaranteed to have made some money.
You got it.
That's pretty good peace of mind.
Yeah, a lot of people like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
For retirement.
And speaking of peace of mind,
Yeah.
estate planning,
Uh-huh.
like what happens
Mm-hmm.
if you pass away?
Right.
What happens to that money?
So this actually includes a full accumulation value death benefit.
Okay.
Meaning, if you pass away, your beneficiaries are going to receive the entire value of that contract
Wow.
without any surrender penalties.
So they get the full amount.
Exactly.
That's huge.
That's a good feature.
Now, it's not just about, protecting the money, but also about using the money
Mm-hmm.
to fund your retirement.
Right.
So what kind of like payout options are
Sure. So you can choose between lifetime income or period certain payout options.
there? Okay.
So with lifetime income, you're basically creating your own personal pension.
Oh, man.
where you get a guaranteed stream of income for the rest of your life.
As long as you live,
As long as you live.
you're getting that money.
Exactly.
Oh.
And period certain payout
Yeah.
provides a guaranteed income for a fixed amount of time.
So like 10 years, 20 years.
Exactly.
Okay.
Which can be helpful if you just want to cover certain expenses or supplement other income.
Now, are there any downsides to this annuity? Like anything we should be aware of?
Well, like anything, there are some considerations.
Sure.
Annuities, they're long-term commitments.
Right.
So there are usually surrender charges if you need to pull your money out early.
Right.
Although we did talk about that bailout provision,
Yeah.
which can help in some cases, but it's only under, certain circumstances.
Right.
And you also need to take into consideration the fees
Yeah.
associated with annuities and how that might impact your returns over time.
So make sure you read the fine print.
You got it.
All right. So for our listeners out there who, are interested in maybe learning more about this,
Yeah.
what is like the most important takeaway?
I think the most important takeaway is, this annuity provides a lot of different ways
Yeah.
that you can tailor your approach to retirement saving.
It's not one size fits all.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
You need to figure out what's best for you.
So talk to your financial advisor.
Absolutely.
Do your research and figure out if this is right for you.
You got it.
Great. Well, this has been a really interesting deep dive.
Yeah, it has.
I learned a lot.
You too.
Thanks for joining us.
Of course.
And we'll see you next time.
See you. Bye.